What's up, guys? This is All Things Apple Plus here. Wanted to give you guys just kind of my first thoughts of iOS 10 and just the new software in general and some of the things that I'm liking. And I think overall I don't think I really have any sort of dislikes with this firmware, so let's go ahead and get into it. So earlier today, Apple released iOS 10, and if you were one of those lucky few, you were one of those who downloaded iOS 10 just a little bit too early. That was a it kind of sucks on Apple's end, but what happened was Apple uploaded a firmware that caused everybody's phone to brick. Pretty much your phone got that notorious please install or please connect to iTunes via your PC, and it just one of my coworkers who saw the firmware downloaded it over the air, meaning he went into settings. If you don't know what over the air means, settings, you go into general, and then there's an option for software update. You can click on that and it will prompt you to download iOS 10. So he did that knowing that the firmware was out, and unfortunately kicked him back to a screen where unfortunately now he had to wait until he got home and be able to install plug in his device via his computer and go into iTunes and restore it normally. And honestly, I think that really sucks, and it's just not a way to kick off a new firmware, especially on Apple's end. But they did ended up getting it fixed, and just kind of brought to my mind that this year has been kind of a crap year for technology within the mobile world, at least from what I've seen. That may not be for every single carrier, or that might not be for every single phone provider, but at least for Apple and for Samsung, they're having just a real rough time right now, and they're kind of just the lead competitors in the market. Samsung with their Note 7 and the batteries blowing up, and iPhone 7 with Apple, and just kind of the failure that it kind of was and isn't, and the firmware that came out. It's just it doesn't seem like we're on a good note, and we're not at a point where everybody's like super excited, things are running smoothly. Like, it just seems that there's a lot of hiccups along this way. And what I mean by the iPhone 7 is just people were so excited to see a brand new phone, waited to come out, were ready and willing to see what's Apple going to come out with next, and just it didn't seem like it impressed a lot of people. Only maybe if you were at an iPhone 5, or if you had a iDevice that was a little bit lower, or maybe a 32-bit device, that might have been exciting for you. But for people that have upgraded to the 6S or even the 6S Plus, the 6 or the 6S, then you're not really seeing much change, and that was something that Apple unfortunately didn't really didn't go above and beyond our expectations. We're hoping that maybe 2017 will be the year where the 10th anniversary iPhone and the new iDevices will be the next best and better thing. Not being able to use a headphone jack, and not being able to use or having to use AirPods instead, and all these other different quirks. Apple is seeming like is coming off, honestly, like they're creating some sort of problem, and then next year they're gonna go ahead and fix it, and this is your new device, and this is the better device. And I knew that was gonna happen going into it. If you haven't already, and if you haven't checked out my videos, why you shouldn't download or why you shouldn't upgrade to the iPhone 7, go ahead and watch that video. I made that video months ago, and I knew that this was going to be something that was gonna happen. But I knew that there was going to be a device that wasn't going to live up to everybody's expectations, and there was going to be some sort of problem with it. And here we go. We have the iPhone 7 Jet Black. That's going to see every scratch, every fingerprint. Not going to be able to use your headphones. You're going to have to use a dongle instead, and you're going to have to use a splitter if you want to charge both your phone and play music at the same time. And it's such a pain in the butt. I knew something like this was going to happen. So for all the people that didn't upgrade, I think you saved a lot of money. And I think next year, when you're able to actually keep your device and you're able to buy a new phone, I think that's going to be even better, because then you actually have two devices. You have a device that you've been using for the past 2 years, and then you have your 7S when that does come out. So honestly, just kind of the year of kind of not a really great year for Apple and Samsung, but hopefully it will get better in the future. What I will do is I'm going to be actually running some tests on here. As you notice, I do have AirShout running on my iPad right here. Let me actually verify that I am on iOS 10.1. There I am right there. What I will do though is I will be putting up posts, or I will be posting pretty soon, you know, how to go ahead and get AirShout working on your iDevice. That way, if you are a new YouTuber who uses their iPhone or their iDevice, you can go ahead and do that, and I'll show you how to do that. And from here on out, I will be posting tutorials for, you know, like how to get GBA for iOS and how to get different emulators and how to do certain things on your iDevice with my iPad. And then anything that's jailbroken, I'm gonna leave that to my phone. That way you guys can have both, you know, both sides of it, and you guys can, you know, be able to see what it, you know, takes for a jailbroken iPhone and you know, or jailbroken iDevice versus a non-jailbroken iDevice. But I'm gonna go ahead and do some tests on this. I hope you guys did like this video. If you guys did agree, let me know if you guys did or didn't agree with what I had to say about Apple and Samsung and this whole year being kind of a crapper. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe to All Things Apple Plus. Like this video if you have. Share it around to the rest of your groups and friends, and have them come on over, and we can start, you know, a discussion, and we can find out, you know, what's everybody's thoughts and opinions on the matter. So, from All Things Apple Plus, I hope you guys have a good rest of your guys' night. Peace.